iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Full-Time Fantasy Show. FullTimeFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Full-Time Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Dr. Roto, get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, let's get right to it. The big news, maybe of the season, Patrick Mahomes injures his knee and is not good. Here's what Shelby Harris said. You can find this at si.com. I've never seen anything like that on the field before. His knee was literally all the way to the side. His kneecap was. I wish him the best. We definitely need him in the league. He's definitely a big attraction in the league. You never want to see anybody get hurt, especially like that. I hope everything is good, and I hope he has a speedy recovery. Look, that is just brutal. Fantasy owners, we love Patrick Mahomes. The NFL, we love Patrick Mahomes. Why do you think they protect quarterbacks like Brady and Rodgers and Mahomes? They're the product. The players are the product, especially the quarterbacks. That's why when you go near Tom Brady, they throw a flag. They can't afford to have what happened to Mason Rudolph to happen to Patrick Mahomes. Now, I question one thing. Mahomes had a bad ankle, right? There was a report he has a legit bad ankle as opposed to an illegit bad ankle, but that's another story. If he had a bad ankle, why are you running him at all, Andy Reid? Seriously, what are you thinking? Seriously, what are you thinking? Crazy stuff. So Matt Moore comes in. Matt Moore has played in the NFL before, certainly for the Dolphins. He's a journeyman. He's not terrible, but he's not good, right? Not terrible, but certainly you don't want to build your team around him. That'd be a mistake. Bad life decision. Moore throws for 117 yards and a touchdown. Miraculously, Tyreek Hill gets a touchdown at 57 yards. But Travis Kelce, 6 for 44. Tyreek Hill, 3 for 74. I mean, this hurts the fantasy value across the board. So right now they're projecting that Mahomes could be out 3 weeks. It could be more. It could be the season. Dr. David Chow, who's an injury expert who used to be the San Diego Chargers, now the LA Chargers team doctor, said that he expects that Mahomes will have to have surgery in the offseason. But can he make it through this year? I don't know. He's certainly not running anywhere. I mean, you're certainly going to have to build that offensive line because this changes everything. So I don't know. Will 3 weeks be enough to get that kneecap intact? I don't know. I know that I'm literally nauseous talking about it. I am. LaShawn McCoy had 64 yards last night. On the other side, when the Broncos were behind, they're not going to run. I told you this was going to happen. It was about the coin flip. And at the end of the first quarter, the Broncos are behind because Joe Flacco stinks. Phillip Lindsay, 11 carries, 36 yards. 1 reception, minus 4 yards. That's a killer. Freeman had 35 yards rushing and a touchdown. 4 receptions, 32 yards. He was good. Cortland Sutton was good. 6 for 87. Emmanuel Sanders, 5 for 60. You know who wasn't good? Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, not good. Just throwing that out there. In case anybody wasn't sure whether Joe Flacco sucked or not, let me share with you. He sucks. All right, let me give you some visionary plays for this week. I love this podcast because if you listen closely, I give you the guys who will help you win. Dolphins and Bills. I really like the Bills this week. Love me some Josh Allen. Love me some John Brown. Love me some Cole Beasley. Love me some Frank Gore. Love me some Devin Singletary, even though they're not saying, they're not committing to Singletary playing this week. They're he's trending in the right direction. That tells me more Frank Gore than I want to see. For the Dolphins, I don't like anybody. Not a person. But I do like them more with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Revenge narrative. He will want to play well. He will air it out. He will make mistakes. You will want to start the Bills defense. Raiders and Packers. Watch, Darren Waller was placed on the midweek injury report. That is never good. All right? Listed as limited with a foot injury. That's not good. The island of Foster Moreau will play and get the start. But I think this is a Josh Jacobs week. Big Josh Jacobs week. I think the Packers are susceptible to losing this game, but I think they need I think the Raiders will need a healthy Tyrell Williams and Darren Waller to get it done. But I think this is one of those letdown games. But I don't really like Carr. I like Josh Jacobs. Don't love Tyrell Williams either. For the Packers, take a look at Lazard. Take a look at him. I think this is going to be an ugly game. I do. I don't really want too many guys in this game. I obviously want Devonta Freeman if he plays. I don't love Aaron Jones and I don't love Jamal Williams. The Raiders' run defense is better than people think. People assume the Raiders' defense is bad, but they're a top 10 run defense. So don't assume Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones are going to be tremendous. They won't be. Cardinals and Giants, giddy up. Daniel Jones, Saquon, Tate, Ingram, load up. Okay? For the Cardinals, Murray, Fitzgerald, David Johnson, maybe Chase Edmonds. I don't think Christian Kirk plays. Keyshawn Johnson, who was on the field for a lot of snaps. A lot of snaps. Let me see something here. Keyshawn Johnson. One moment, please. I mean, his snap share last week was pretty good. Game log. All right, so against Atlanta, he was on the field 71% of the snaps, right? 71% of the snaps. So he's out there a lot. I'm just throwing it out there. Damian Bird can be back. I just love everybody. I just love everybody in this one. Seriously, get everybody who's in this game onto your fantasy lineups and your DFS lineups. Texans, Colts. Hopkins, stud. T.Y. Hilton, stud. I don't like Carlos Hyde in this game. I think the Colts will stop him. Remember, Darius Leonard is back. I love Hilton. I don't love Doyle and Ebron. The Texans have been very good against the tight ends. So I like Hilton. He's my guy, and I like Marlon Mack. Those are my Colts. For the Texans, I love Hopkins. I love Darren Fells. I like Will Fuller. I don't like Hyde. I do like Duke Johnson a little bit. I think this game will be lower scoring than people think. That's just my guess. Speaking of lower scoring, Vikings and Lions. Oh my God. Woo, what a snooze fest this is going to be. Except you want to start Dalvin Cook, and by the way, start Dalvin Cook. I don't like Thielen this week, and I don't like Stephon Diggs. Don't think that these are the Falcons of the last 2 weeks. The Lions have a very bad run defense, and the Vikings are going to pound that football. Pound that football. For the Lions, obviously, we like Kerryon Johnson, but I don't really like Kenny Golladay this week. This is not a Kenny Golladay week for me. Just not. All right, the Jaguars against the Bengals. I like this game. This is my under-the-radar game for fantasy purposes. Firstly, for Cincinnati, they're missing like literally everybody. William Jackson out. Dre Kirkpatrick doubtful. Darquise Dennard is already on the pup. B.W. Webb went to my college. God bless you, B.W., but you're a terrible cover cornerback. Terrible. Tony McRae can't cover anything either. Chark will be on fire. Gardner Minshew is a great start. The only problem with Chark is that Cincinnati's run defense is so well that they're going to go to Fournette. But if you want to do a little stack of Minshew, Fournette, Chark, I'm loving that. Oh my God, I'm loving that. D.D. Westbrook didn't practice Thursday to a shoulder injury. He may not play this week. How about a little Chris Conley loving? Marquise Lee's doubtful too. I think Chris Conley can win somebody $1 million. I might throw him on a lineup or two. For the Bengals, remember, the Jaguars don't have Jalen Ramsey. So, let's start Tyler Boyd. Let's start Joe Mixon. I mean, I'm getting all my guys in this game. I really like this game. I like the over in this game. Trust me on that one. O-V-E-R. All right, the 49ers against the Redskins. And this has the revenge narrative. Kyle Shanahan's dad was fired by Daniel Snyder. Don't you think he wants to stick it to Daniel Snyder again? 5-0 versus 1-5. The Redskins stink. AP's unplayable. Watch for Wendell Smallwood. He might be interesting because Chris Thompson, I doubt, is going to play. And the 49ers are just going to pound, get Breida in, get Coleman in, get Kittle in. Boom. All right, another game I love are the Rams and Falcons. Wow. I don't even know where to begin my love. I just don't even know where to begin. So let me start with, let's see, Jared Goff, because the Falcons have the worst pass defense I've ever seen. How about Cooper Kupp? Underperformed last week. That won't happen 2 weeks in a row. How about Robert Woods, who's getting covered by Isaiah Oliver, who's let up tons of yardage? How about Brandon Cooks, who always plays well on the turf, who hasn't made a play in a while? All those guys are in play. For the Falcons, look, Julio may see Jalen Ramsey. How about Calvin Ridley Lovefest? How about Austin Hooper? I don't like Sanu either, but I do like those other guys. How about Devonta Freeman? How about Matt Ryan? How about start everybody in this game, guys? All right, Chargers against the Titans. The Chargers' run defense was really bad last week. I mean, Benny Snell and James Conner ran all over them. So what do you think Derrick Henry's going to do? And by the way, I like the Titans way more this week with Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill can throw the football. He may not be good, but he's better than Marcus Mariota, who is really bad. So I like the Titans' offense a whole lot more. This was a very good move. They had to do this week. They had to get Tannehill involved. So I like Humphreys. I like Corey Davis, except I do worry about Casey Hayward a little bit on the other side. For the Chargers, I love Hunter Henry this week. I do. I like Eckler this week. I'm worried about Melvin Gordon. I am. He looks slow to me. Please, Anthony Lynn, do the right thing and get Austin Eckler back in this lineup. All right, the Ravens and the Seahawks. Oh, Mark Andrews, you're in a spot this week. I love me some Mark Andrews this week. I like Lamar Jackson this week. I don't love Mark Ingram this week. I like him. I don't love him. I would like Marquise Brown. Right? I would like Marquise Brown. If he plays, he may not. But I think this is a tight end week. Hayden Hurst, Mark Andrews, Nick Boyle, start them all. For Seattle. I think there's injuries there in that Ravens secondary. So I want to watch that closely. Marlon Humphrey's great. Jimmy Smith questionable. That's why they brought in Marcus Peters. I don't know whether I love Russell Wilson this week. I like him. But I don't know which receiver. Is it a Lockett week? I don't know. Is it a Jerron Brown week? I don't know. Is it a David Moore week? I don't know. I know the Seahawks are going to play well. That I know. But I'm not sure who's going to play well. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore's run defense is in the middle of the pack. Carson should have a decent week. So I don't know. I know the Seahawks will play well. I just don't know who. So when I do that, that means you play Russell Wilson. That's it. Saints and Bears. Oh my God, this could get ugly. Teddy Bridgewater against Mitch Trubisky. Yikes. Two good defenses. I like Anthony Miller as a sneaky play. PJ Williams is out. The slot corner is going to be bad. And Anthony Miller, if they go to him. But I don't trust Mitch Trubisky. That's my problem. Mitch Trubisky sucks. I think if Chase Daniel was there, I would like Anthony Miller more. But for the Saints, I love Michael Thomas for sure. Are we sure about Kamara playing? We're not. Right? We're not very sure about that at all. If he doesn't play, Latavius Murray comes right in and you play him. But the Chicago run defense is pretty darn good. We know that. They're not great. They're good. I would play Latavius Murray, though. He is an obvious start. For the Bears, do I love Montgomery? No. Do I love Tariq Cohen? No. Do I love Allen Robinson? No. I don't know if I love this game. This game is an under, for sure. All right, the Eagles and Cowboys. Michael Gallup. And by the way, please start Michael Gallup, because I don't think Amari Cooper is going to play. And I think what happened last week, what did Stephon Diggs do? I don't know if Gallup does the same thing, but he could. He legit could. So let's start him. Let's start Zeke. Okay, let's get those guys in. For the Eagles, they're predicting a victory. Zach Ertz, Jeffrey, Miles Sanders. I think that you see the usual Eagles, all the Eagles spread it out, and they figure it out, and they all get involved. Okay? So, those are the visionary plays for the week. There are some good ones there, and I think some under-the-radar games, but I would stay away from that, like, Saints-Bears game. I mean, I don't see that game being a high-scoring game. We kind of know the high-scoring games this week. We know where the points are going to be scored. Follow the points and be successful. And when you're trying to choose between two teams and two players, so for example, Keyshawn Johnson, right? Or I'm trying to think, Devin Smith, or Tavon Austin. I follow the points. I think there's going to be points scored in that Cardinals game, so I'm going to follow the points. You need to follow the points too. When you follow the points, good things happen. Right? When you follow the points, good things happen, and you start winning in fantasy football. All right, but it's time now to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. You can see my visionary starts. They should be out at si.com/fantasy. Check those out later today. Certainly tomorrow they'll be up. And of course, check me out at fulltimefantasy.com. Enter the promo code ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. This is Dr. Roto wishing you luck this week. And more importantly, be well, take care.
Thanks for listening to Full Time Fantasy. There's never been a better time to join and go full time. Visit fulltimefantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time.